1 wicket, 1 run. Sylhet Titans held their nerve at home. A contest decided on the final delivery.
Hits him on the pad, they take a quick single direct hit. He misses the stumps and it's all over.
It's overcast here in Sylhet and different conditions to what we've seen in the last couple of days, but we had an absolute thriller the other night, just what we needed in terms of peaking early in the tournament. Let's have a little recap of what happened in that game. All right, we'll definitely come to that and discuss that because we're talking about really peaking at the right time. So to talk about that game and what lies ahead in terms of all the action here, I've got with me Athar Ali Khan and Ramiz Raja. Athar, like we said, you know, there's always that momentum that you're looking for in a tournament, just in terms of getting the viewership and the fans engaged as well. That game that we saw the other night was absolutely magnificent.
It kept everybody on the edge of their seats, didn't it? And it finished off with the last ball of the last over. It could have been anybody's game. But I thought the skipper was really good. The Chattogram Royal skipper, 𝗵𝗺𝗽 Hassan. He not only he chipped in with a quick 5-26, remember he came late down the order and he scored those runs quickly. But what about the way he bowled? He picked up a couple of wickets and hardly gave any runs. I think more important was the way he handled his bowlers, because they were defending 174 and they bowled them out for 109. Excellent, excellent way to start their first game in this tournament. But you need to also continue to be able to do what they've done in the past. They're up against a very, very strong side, remember that.
We'll speak about Mehdi, but first we just want to have a look at what happened the other night with Sylhet Titans.
Yeah.
You know, the home side winning that last over as well, Ramiz. I mean, it had all the twists and all the drama that you expect from a last over in a league.
It got the best out of commentators as well, because we were waiting for such a moment. You know, full house, home team playing a great hand in the end. It was all about handling pressure and how you play in front of home audience. This is the last over. I mean, a lot of play and miss. But then there was a smart bit of out cricket. Not that one. It was a free hit that was hit for a 6, I think. And so that made things so interesting. 6 followed by a 4. Then this great run out by the keeper. He had to hit the stumps. And the drama continued. Is given a wide down the leg side. Then that was the last ball. Appeal for leg before, shy at the stumps. Didn't happen, but terrific game of cricket.
Absolutely terrific game, and jubilations all round. When you talk about the celebration, it really tells you what it meant to Sylhet Titans. The reaction tells you, Athar, remember they lost their first game, so it was just nice to see them come back in front of a packed house.
I mean, I thought that it was anybody's game, and to be able to squeeze a victory out from the jaws of defeat, I think you got to give it to them. It should give them enough confidence to come back and stay, because whenever Sylhet plays in Sylhet, the crowd is 100%. There's chock-a-block, it's jam-packed. It's a great game of cricket and a great win for them.
Right, quick recap of what happened that other night as well. When you talk about having that thriller, this is how things went in that particular game. Noakhali Express 143 for 7. They were, obviously we saw some magnificent performances. 𝗵𝗺𝗽 making 61 at the top. Zakir Ali as well contributing. But in return, like I said, it was a last over thriller that we got to witness. 𝗵𝗺𝗪 Hussain Iman, we've spoken so much about his talent. Again, bringing in his best 60 of 41 balls, and Sylhet Titans winning it by 1 wicket. All right, we'll move on the focus to today's game. Rangpur Riders will be seen in action for the first time in BPL. Mickey Arthur is their coach. It's his second year. You know, he's a big name in the international circuit as well. He's been the coach of Pakistan. He's been the coach of Australia. He's been the coach of South Africa. So he's got a lot to his, profile. And now, what do you think he brings to the table here?
He's a high-profile coach and also managed the Sri Lankan test team for a while. He's got tons of experience in English cricket and also South Africa. What he brings is he's a winning coach for Rangpur Riders. You mentioned this is the second year, but he also managed them in the Global Super League, the inaugural tournament in 2024, which Rangpur Riders under him went on to win the tournament in Guyana. So he brings so much experience, and also when you work with the players for a while, looking at that, he's speaking to David Malan. So when you exactly know what each and every player's individual roles are, then you get the combinations right, and then you start to feel that, yes, I've got a team, I've got a set number of players, and we want to go and make an immediate impact straight away.
You talk about his experience as well, Ramiz, because of the fact that he's worked with all these teams around the world. I mean, he knows the players. So how much of that is going to help him in forming a team and then sort of getting them to deliver?
100%, because he has the experience. Clearly, he's won championships. And he's a structured coach. He works closely with the captain. He's not a kind of a hands-on coach where, he's trying to correct your technique. It's about letting them know what is needed about the out cricket generally and defining the roles, as Arthur was just mentioning. That is such an important aspect of a good coach. And I'm sure that, we'll see a lot of him in this BPL because, they are potential champion material.
Chattogram, you spoke about the captain and how he sort of led from the front. And, it's just so important to see that, Athar, when a captain leads from the front and makes an impact. And he did that right in that game, Mehdi Hasan, scoring runs and contributing.
Yes, he was excellent, wasn't he? And he was actually quite confident because the amount of runs they ended up scoring 174. And he was 100% sure that he could go and defend it because he mentioned in the toss that he's very, very confident of his bowlers. So he's not talking about himself. He also believes in the bowling department that he has. But with figures like that, with a couple of wickets and 26 runs in the middle overs where you wanted to accelerate, I think he's a very, very fine player. He's been a very good player for Bangladesh team in this format of the game. And not only he bowls in the middle overs, but he's also quite keen to take the new ball straight away and loves to bowl in the power play. So he's a total package. And for teams like Chattogram Royals, he's a big asset.
How important is it then, Ramiz, for a captain to sort of keep his calm and cool amidst, all this chaos that we see in the shortest format? How important is that for him to be able to inspire his team?
Yeah, very important. And you've got to be one of the boys. It's so important for a leader not to force himself to be elevated. I think you've got to be one of the boys. You've got to understand, how they react in a tough situation, who are the match winners, who are the borderline cases, and how to make them into match winners. And I think because he understands the game, he's leading them, and at times, as we all know, leadership can get you playing above yourself. And I think that is what we saw in that game. Good all-rounder, understands, he's got a smile on his face, understands the game. So good enough choice.
Yeah, he seems to have a calm demeanor about him when you talk about him. And of course, he was able to deliver in that game. We'll find out how this game fares for him today. But we'll take a short break, a breather, and then on the other side, we'll have the toss. So don't go anywhere. back on Bosundhara Cement straight drive, and we're just talking about building up this game where we have Rangpur Riders and they are up against Chattogram Royals. Well, we're just moments away from the toss. Just talking about the conditions then. I mean, is this overcast conditions, is it going to have an impact on the toss? Do you think it's going to help the bowlers? How do we look at the conditions?
I mean, when you have this cloud cover, I mean, which we have right now, it suggests that it should help the seamers a little bit more. We haven't seen extra movement on the surface. Initial couple of overs, we've seen the ball to move around, but that just might continue a little bit more if this stays on.
Definitely, that power play is going to be all the more crucial when you talk about the bowling conditions here. Now we are ready with the toss, so 𝗂𝗏 Ghosh is out there with the two captains.
It is Bosundhara Cement toss time here at the Sylhet International for the match between Rangpur Riders and Chattogram Royals. I've got the two captains and the match referee, Nur Hasan Chauhan of Rangpur Riders and 𝗃𝗵𝗃𝗃 of Chattogram Royals, with Salim Shahid, the match referee. Okay, it is Mahdi who's going to flip the coin. Heads is the call. And heads it is. You have won the toss and decided to.
I will bowl first.
You've decided to bowl first, reasons being?
I think the wicket looks good, but I think the condition and overall I will first 5-6 over, the bowler will get a little bit of benefit from here.
Yeah, you've got a bit of time. How's the camp feeling? What is the preparation like?
I think it was a really good preparation for us, and you know we need to play as a team, and we have good bunch of player in our squad, so let's play.
Yeah, you do solid on pen and paper, but it's time to execute. What's the composition looking like?
Yeah, I think we need to play as a team, and obviously need to perform in the ground. That's the main thing for us.
All right, wish you good luck with that.
Thank you.
Mahdi, if you won the toss, would you have done the same?
Yes, we also bowl first.
Yeah, you would want to bowl first as well. You've won one match, and by a good margin, by a fair margin. How's the camp feeling?
Yeah, it's very good because we last match win. That's why we have a very confident, and wicket is look like very good for bat. That's why. But still weather is tricky and still foggy. That's why we also win the toss and bowl first.
What do you think would be a good total batting first here?
Yeah, definitely. We can handle properly up first 6 over. We have a good score in scoreboard.
Any changes?
Yeah, one change is Ziaur Rahman not playing. Rossington is back.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you so much.
All right, the news from the middle is that Rangpur Riders have won the toss and decided to have a bowl first.
Yeah, we're just talking about the conditions here and how it's a bit overcast. It will be helping the team that is bowling first as well. Rangpur Riders, Athar, they've got such talent in their side. You look at their team on paper, it looks really solid. What do you make of this decision first, and just in terms of what they have to offer resources-wise? Just talk us through that.
Well, decision-wise, it's the correct decision because both the captains, remember at the toss, mentioned that if they were going to win the toss, they would have bowled first, especially in these conditions. But as you rightly pointed out, Rangpur Riders is a high-profile team. And when you have picked the number of players, really high-profile players, the expectations of the fans, the expectations of the team that is supporting Rangpur Riders gets a little bit hyped up. So that's a little bit more, adds a little bit more pressure, but it's all about pressure and knowing the number of players that they have. I mean, I can mention Nur Hasan Chauhan, the captain, but you have Litun Das, Hridoy, then you have Mohammad Mahmudullah, and even the bowling department has got some great names. Mustafiz Rahman, who had a wonderful time at the recent the stint at the ILT 20. But yes, if you have that sort of a players and the for overseas players also adding on, oh, watch out for them.
Ramesh, talking about the overseas players as well, they've got some different, good talent up their sleeves, even in the form of, Fahim Ashraf, Sufyan Wakim, a lot of Pakistan players, but these players, some of them like Fahim Ashraf have been in great form. So what do you think it adds to the table for them?
All-round strength, and then there's a bit of magic in Mukim. His left arm wrist spin obviously is pretty handy. But now they've got to make it count. So many times we've seen team winning and making that important call at the toss to bowl first. Now, bowling first, obviously, you've got to pick wickets. It's as simple as that. Make sure that the score is within reach, within limits, because I don't know, how the weather will pan out, because it may rain. I don't know whether Duckworth Lewis will be enacted or not. I think the light, the artificial light should be on right now because the light is pretty murky right now.
Well, we're talking about the conditions. We spoke about the weather as well, but it's also important to find out how the pitch is going to be faring today. We've seen a mixed bag in terms of scores overall. Let's find out from Parvez Maharouf how the pitch is faring today.
First and foremost, Zainab, it's freezing cold in the middle. Change of conditions totally. The first couple of days of the BPL, we had superb conditions. Right now, it's freezing. Maybe the pitch conditions too will differ. New pitch, we have moved across toward the grandstand, and this looks almost the same from the previous game. But the only difference I see, even more grass from the first couple of days. So that's something that we got to keep a closer eye on. And underneath it's quite dry. On top I could feel some moisture, understandably that is because of the overhead conditions, but I still feel with Rangpur Riders bowling first, that's the right choice. Playing their first game, start at side, try and maximize with the new ball, pick up wickets. I think the batsman probably in this game got to be a little careful in the first 2-3 overs. Ball may jag around a little bit, but I still feel a score of 170-180 is a must to defend it later on.
When we're talking about the approach, Ramiz, here, what we've seen so far in this tournament is that, you know, the batters haven't been able to go all guns blazing right at the top. It's been more about constructing and sort of pacing your innings. I mean, looking at the conditions here, what is the right way then for Chattogram Royals to go about their, you know, building an innings?
You know, it may sound an archaic viewpoint, but wickets in hand. You know, in such conditions, you don't want to really go hard up front in the first 3 or 4 overs. It's about keeping your wickets in hand and going hard after maybe 10 overs. Because we've seen teams to suffer, you know, goodish kind of start, optically looks good, but, you know, not being able really to take home the advantage. So, you know, no point in getting a quick fire 20 or a 15 and then getting out and be 3 down for 30, because that's going to hit the teams quite hard, especially in such weather conditions. So go out there, take your time, you know, there's no real rush. So first 6 overs, even if you produce 35 to 40 runs without a wicket down, that'll be a huge advantage to you.
As for the bowling is concerned, Athar, when you talk about the bowling, just in terms of length, what are the lengths that we are looking at here in these conditions then?
When a seamer or a spinner, whoever comes on to bowl, he will actually find what the surface is offering to a seamer and a spinner. I think it's a fuller length. Because of the conditions, you've got to allow the ball to on a drivable length. I think that might be the key. If it moves, then you are in play, because you'll have a slip in place, and if you are a little bit on the shorter side, then you're allowing the batters to look at it and maybe leave it, because initially you don't want to lose wickets, as Ramiz Raja pointed out. Back of the length, initially fuller length, but then you go back to the basic, the good length between 4 and 6 meters. Look at the grass, the amount of grass. If you see that amount of grass, and we'll see the team later on, you see Rangpur Riders bowling attack. Mustafizur Rahman is a dangerous bowler. But don't forget, they also have Nahid Rana. We'll have to wait and see will he play or not. Back of the length, on stumps, later on, initially fuller length.
Well, you heard it from Athar Ali Khan, the lengths that you have to bowl here today. Well, we've been having a lot of fun on the ground here. We've seen a lot of action, but there was a bit of action and fun happening outside the ground as well. Heard a lot about those tea gardens here in Sylhet, and also had an opportunity to go and visit them.
Known for its rolling tea gardens and misty mornings, Sylhet is a city where nature sets the rhythm. It's a place that feels calm, unhurried, and deeply connected to the land. And when something as powerful as cricket arrives in a city like this, the energy changes. The Sylhet International Cricket Stadium stands quietly on most days, but it was developed to bring the people of Sylhet closer to the game, and it now has also hosted international games like the ICC Under-19 World Cup, and also provides facilities that meet international and broadcast standards. With its open layout and close to the action stands, this ground offers an intimate cricketing experience to all the fans that come here, and it's become a defining feature of this ground. For the city, it means packed stadiums and local support at its loudest. It's when Sylhet's calm gives way to colour, noise and the shared excitement of franchise cricket.
It was an absolutely stunning experience there, because just the beauty that we saw there, Atha, the smell of those tea gardens, you've got to talk about that. Is it a Sylhet speciality?
It is. It is heaven on earth. If you're talking about tea, Sylhet, world famous tea. You can get tea all over Bangladesh. It has been exported, and the number of tea gardens. You just seen a glimpse of what we saw a little while earlier. But there's so many tea gardens around, and you'll be fascinated if you can go and visit. I'm sure there's a couple of days off in between, day off coming after 2 days of matches. Please go and do a visit. And there are also resorts where you can stay and experience the exuberance of the plantation. Oh, it's a stunning place to visit.
I believe Ramiz Athar is organizing this trip for us and also taking us there. No chance.
No chance. When he runs away. Whenever he's to spend money, he says no chance.
All right, quick look now. Back to the cricket then. We've had a lot of talk on the tea, and we'll definitely be having a sip of tea. But let's have a quick look at the teams then, because got to see who's playing today. Just in terms of, remember that Rangpur won the toss and they decided to bowl first. Athar, you've spoken a lot about how good their team is. Talk us through
they're bowling
this side.
First. Yeah, Rangpur. I really like this team. Look at the bottom rim. Nahid Rana. He is fast and furious. The quickest bowler ever produced by Bangladesh. Mustafizur Rahman. Wonderful time in ILT. Ali Islam, the right arm offside. You spoke about Sofian Mokim. And look at that batting order. Malal, Das, Hridoy, Khushtil Shah, another all-rounder. Mahmudullah Nur. Oh, this is a very fine squad.
And speaking of Chattogram, they won their game the other day, Ramiz, and they had some great performances, local performances from Sharif Islam. He's had, a great BPL over the years. We've seen he's been one of the highest wicket takers. Just what do you think of this lineup overall?
You see, I'm a big believer that you tank up the bowling resources and you end up winning the contest. And so Rangpur in that department are way ahead of Chattogram. But Chattogram won the last game, so they are going to be out there thinking that they can do the job once again, and they have the firepower, and they've got the captain to seal the deal. Shariful Islam, I absolutely enjoy when he bowls, because he's got everything up his sleeve. He's tall, gets the ball to wobble, and he could be the chief destroyer in such situations.
The height that he has in terms of how it adds to his bowling, just advantage-wise. What do you make of his bowling? What do you like about his bowling?
He's a wicket taker. It's as simple as that. And as Ramiz Raja pointed out, he has the skills to move the ball, deviation of the surface in the air. In these conditions, he can be a serious threat. And if somehow Rangpur handles him better, then fine. But definitely in these conditions, he will be a serious threat, because he has the wicket-taking abilities. He picked up quite a few wickets in the last season also. So he will be a threat if he can bowl in the right areas. With green patch on the top, you got to watch out for him.
All right, we had a look at the conditions. It was a lot of grass on top, but they said it's going to be dry. That's what Maha was saying. Scores then?
Well, really difficult to predict, because, the teams have boasted of tremendous showing with the bat, and we've seen them to nosedive at times. So anything around 150, 160 will make a good competitive game.
Thoughts on that?
174 they defended. So they'll be thinking if they can get across 170, maybe the bowlers will do the job for them again.
And how, just in terms of what they'll be comfortable with, well, you said 150 for the other side as well. Like overall, what do you think? 150 is a winning score?
Can't say it's a winning score, but that's a good start. So anything on top of 150 really will be good, but you've got to initially eye 150.
All right,
these are different conditions. Weather conditions are different.
Yeah, different conditions overall. Like I said, it's been overcast today. We've had beautiful sun in the last few days, but not to be today. And we saw the conditions in the pitch report from Maha as well, where it's a little dry underneath, but a bit of grass. So will definitely help Rangpur riders. Those first 6 overs are going to be extremely crucial as well. Now, we are going to be taking a short break, and when we do come back, we'll be back with all the live action. Enjoy this one.
Music is on. All festive here in Sylhet. Such a lovely setting. They bring in the energy here. See some Chattogram. Setting up, building up for match number 5 of 𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃 Bangladesh Premier League 2026. Yeah, well, let's have a here and have a look and enjoy the sights and sounds of Sylhet, the city of tea gardens.
Known for its rolling tea gardens and misty mornings, Sylhet is a city where nature sets the rhythm. It's a place that feels calm, unhurried, and deeply connected to the land. And when something as powerful as cricket arrives in a city like this, the energy changes. The Sylhet International Cricket Stadium stands quietly on most days, but it was developed to bring the people of Sylhet closer to the game, and it now has also hosted international games like the ICC Under-19 World Cup, and also provides facilities that meet international and broadcast standards. With its open layout and close to the action stands, this ground offers an intimate cricketing experience to all the fans that come here, and it's become a defining feature of this ground. For the city, it means packed stadiums and local support at its loudest. It's when Sylhet's calm gives way to colour, noise, and the shared excitement of franchise cricket.
Yeah, there's no shortage of anything here in Sylhet, and you're here for the 𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃 BPL T20 2026 as the on-field umpires make their way on field. Asif Yaqub from Pakistan along with Sajidul Islam from Bangladesh will be officiating on field. Had a look how Zainab Abbas was enjoying the surroundings, the serene settings. Come here for the first time, fell in love, but I have with me someone who's been coming here for a long time and is still in love with the place. Parvez Maharoof, very good afternoon, Mahavai.
Good afternoon, Shabnoi. Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, a lot to like about Sylhet, especially the tea gardens. And for a moment, I thought Zainab Abbas will probably want to stay there forever. Looking at how she enjoyed it. What I'm going to enjoy is the pace attack of Rangpur Riders coming up against Chattogram Royals, who won their first game. That's going to be a crucial one. hint of green on the pitch. Naheed Rana, Mustafiz, Fahim Ashraf, three of the international stars turning up for the Rangpur Riders. They'll be licking their lips, want to bowl, have a ball. But for the batters, initially, it'll be testing times. Once you get through it, I think the pitch will be good for batting.
Mohammad Naeem Sheikh, 3,400 plus runs, is the highest scorer in the last edition of the BPL. He was 116 the strike rate, 2 centuries. So if he gets going, he can definitely dominate. Likes to play his shots, express himself. It's accompanied by the player who's just come in, 3,500 plus runs, and look at that strike rate, hefty, 144. Adam Rossington, the wicket-keeper batter, is the solitary change in the Chattogram Royals side today.
I enjoyed Christmas and straight away into the action. Up against the speedster, Naheed Rana. Slightly expensive on the economy side, but you understand and probably give him that little bit of leverage to be expensive as long as he's been picking up wickets. And with the new ball, if he finds the right length, he will be a handful.
And he will be beginning proceedings from the Vasundhara LPG end. With the overcast conditions, pretty UK-like. All this, the little England, little London, whichever may you like it here in Sylhet.
Darren Gough, who just joined us in the commentary box, has brought his UK weather over to Sylhet. So thanks to him, experiencing the other side of the Sylhet weather, where the first couple of days was quite warm and dry. It's taking middle stump and off stump guard both. So is that something to keep a close an eye on? Where is he going to bat against Naheed Rana?
There's a slip in place, first up, of course, against the new ball. And a deep fine leg. Along with the deep third. So Naeem Sheikh will be taking strike, the left-handed batter. And it will be the Chapai Express in Naheed Rana who will begin the proceedings. Let's play. Here we go. On target, tucks it away, off the mark as well. First runs.
A hint of movement in towards the left-hander. The length was really good, and straight away it's 143.9 the pace. That's something that we got to keep a close eye on. A decent seam position, hint of movement. And the length is going to be crucial with the new ball. And sometimes as a young fast bowler, you see so much grass on the pitch, you tend to slightly pitch it on the back of the length. I reckon this is one of those pitches you got to be brave and try and pitch it up and find some swing and seam movement.
Angled in, hurried Rossington. He too is off the mark.
Yeah, hurried the batter. That was raw pace by Naheed Rana. Initially, the first ball was swinging into the left hand of this occasion, just jagged back towards the hip of Rossington. Didn't look that comfortable. But certainly, that's what you expect from Naheed Rana, to keep the batsman hopping and make sure that he bowls aggressive. Fine leg comes into the circle, and square leg drops back to the left-hander.
Back of a length. Yeah, especially when someone like a Naheed Rana has given the new ball. Certain conditions, chilly morning sort of. No time to warm up.
Now, other options for Sohan, the captain of Rangpur Riders, is Fahim Ashraf and Mustafiz. And Mustafiz generally doesn't bowl with the new ball. 148 clicks, the third delivery is certainly warming up to the task. And Fahim Ashraf is a bowler I think is ideally suited for these conditions, who just nips around, bowls 130s. He'll be probably to watch out for.
Some shape. Again, trying to nip it back in towards the left-handed batter. Leg buys.
A slip in place. The temptation will be there to get another one in at second slip or the gully position. Probably Nurul Hasan Sohan is letting the youngster just get into the groove rather than trying to be too attacking. Sometimes again, with a youngster, a tear-away fast bowler, is a sensible option to take.
Oh, top edge. Gone. Beaten for pace, hurried with pace. Nahid Rana has the first scalp.
I don't think Rosington fancied it. Even the first delivery was late to the stroke. And this occasion, even before he got into position to play the pull shot, the ball had already struck the top of the bat. This is raw pace for you, 146.6. And this is exactly what, as a skipper, winning the toss, bowling first, you expect from your fast bowlers. As Rosington, he walks backs for one. Chattogram Royals 3 for 1.
Yeah, as he's pointing out, the first one's already down in the first over. Sheer pace from the bowler from 𝗃𝗺𝗃 Nahid Rana. Constantly above the 140 clicks mark. Brings in Mirza Tahir Beg, who was the player of the match. Opened the batting in the previous match against Noakhali Express, but comes in at 3. Last ball of the over. Well bowled. Fourth stump line, nicely behind it. No runs on offer, but a wicket in the first over. Royals are 3 for 1. They need some runs at the top for the middle order to come in and capitalize on that. Got batters still, Abu Haider Rani. Yeah, but some of them all-rounders need some stability in the middle order. Yes, Mahmood Hassan Joy can provide that, as long as the foundations are laid right from the top. Rangpur Riders will have other ideas. Fahim Ashraf, you mentioned him, make the ball tuck, swing, especially in these conditions. 244 wickets, looking to bag a few more here. It's a slip in place for him as well.
A good choice taken by Nurul Hasan Sohan to give the new ball to Fahim Ashraf.
Takes the charge down the track. It's a boundary. 4 runs from 𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗃.
Stamping his authority. 𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗃, the most expensive signing in the BPL. Very first ball. I don't think I see much wrong with his delivery. But we have to be really critical, slightly on the shorter side. But certainly this is a message being sent out to the Rangpur Rider players here. That was an excellent hit.
Counter punch, very first delivery of the over. Oh, nicely done. He'll only get a single though. Mustafizur with the throw in.
The fast bowlers who play in any formats of cricket all over the world usually celebrate as they won an Olympic every time they pick up a wicket. And when it comes to youngster Nahid Rana, he has quite a unique way. He does not celebrate. Rosington was the batter who was bounced out. And that same off his follow through. Fielder takes the catch. and he just walks back. That's something very, very unique. For some reason, I think he did say during a Pakistan-Bangladesh Test series in Pakistan that he does not celebrate his wickets. So, have his own way. But as far as he's producing wickets and good spells, who cares?
I think he's setting the bar high for himself. Someone like that doesn't speak much, but is a bit of a prankster as well. Keeps on pulling people's legs. Yes, on the surface when you're playing, getting the wickets, not celebrating much. Maybe in the dressing room he is.
Always fast bowlers are characters, that's for sure. They keep things interested, especially in the dressing rooms, in the warm-ups.
Well bowled. Looking for the second. Big no. Similarly, there's not a dull moment with Pervez Maharouf around.
Sufyan Mukim, a left-arm wrist spinner from Pakistan. He'll be an important player in this campaign for Rangpur Riders. When it comes to bowling choices for Nur Hasan Sohan in this side, he's spoiled for choices. Most of his to bowl yet. Ali Islam, Mukustil Shah, the all-rounder from Pakistan, who did really well even in the last year's BPL. Sufyan Mukim is a good signing.
Good running between the wickets. Yes, spoiled for choices, you might say. That is actually correct. Sometimes the test is for the captain when you have so many options, and who do you bowl, and you pick the right bowlers to bowl the right situation, the right time.
And also Rangpur Riders have acquired the service of Liton Das, who played for Dhaka Capitals last year, national captain, but does not get the gloves. Nur Hasan Sohan, the skipper who captained Rangpur Riders last year as well, he has said, no, it belongs to me. I'm going to continue the job.
Good bounce, 7 runs in the second over, 10 for 1. Yeah, it's a strong side, the Rangpur Riders side. Dawid Malan, Liton Das, 𝗬𝗺, Khuzdil Shah. Yeah, heavyweights. And the bowlers come in after Nur Hasan Sohan. Adam Rossington, the solitary change already back in the dressing room. Nahid Rana and Fahim Ashraf exploiting the conditions here in Sylhet. Nahid Rana will continue. Full, nicely driven. Finds the gap as well, using the pace of the bowler and getting a boundary.
The last delivery was bowled at 148.5. The pitch has a bit of hint of green and bounce. It takes some courage for an opening batsman to lean into the front foot. Naeem Sheikh, take a look at that for a stroke. Nice high elbow. And most importantly, all along the ground. This is a good start by Naeem. I don't think Nahid Rana should mind that stroke. The length was good. That's a wicket-taking length.
No slip in place for Nahid Rana now. Oh, attack again. Didn't get hold of it as well as you'd like to, Naeem Sheikh. But he's opened up, broken the shackles.
Wow, what a battle. Fighting fire with fire. Back of the length again. I thought Naeem Sheikh was predetermined. If the ball is in his length, in a good area, he's going to slug it. Top of the bat because of the bounce, no timing. But certainly his intentions are quite clear. He wants to go up against the two fast bowlers. Change of the angle for Nahid Rana, coming round the wicket.
punches it, goes straight. It is a maximum, the first one in this match. It comes from the bat of 𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫.
It may be a little early to say it. So far for me, the shot of the season. At 144.1, coming down the track, treating 𝗫𝗫𝗀 like a spinner. And that goes 85-meter hit. Wow. Again, nothing wrong with the delivery. Sometimes when the batter plays strokes like that, you just say well played and go back to your mark and bowl again.
12 runs of the 3 deliveries bowled so far. Well, this guy's slower delivery. Well, he's taken it gleefully as 𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫 and put it away for another 4.
𝗫𝗫𝗀 under the pump, showing his inexperience here. A slower delivery at 111.6 and a juicy full toss. Against 𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫, his intentions are quite clear. Either you bowl back of the length to the body, or if you're not sure, try and bowl full with pace, not the slow ball. This is a good start by 𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫.
16 of the 4 deliveries. Yeah, bending his back and sliding down the leg will be wide. The first over that 𝗫𝗫𝗀 bowled, 𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫 took a bit of time in the first over, watched it, contacted a few. The next over, first delivery, Fahim Ashraf, he goes after him, and then here.
Yeah, I got a good feeling. And then this happens, the very first ball. Beautifully played through the offside, came down the track, smashed it over, long off for a maximum. The slow ball, full toss, over long on. Now that's better. But good timing and goes for a boundary. Wow. The square leg fielder was in front of square, and I thought Nurul Suhan got it wrong. If a fast ball is bowling 140 plus coming round the wicket to a left-hander, natural angles towards the body, usually the square leg fields behind square, fine leg, but not in front of square.
Top timing, top shot. Again, using the pace of the bowler. But credit to 𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫, full credit to him, because even the slower delivery could not deceive him. 3 4s and a 6 already in this over. Last ball. Straight to the fielder. It's an expensive over bowled by 𝗫𝗫𝗀. 21 of it, Chattogram Royals after 3 at 31 for 1. Third over yielded very well. It's 21 stories in that building, courtesy of 𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫 𝗫𝗫𝐴 switched the construction mode on, and hence the tall pillars. Thanks to the left-handed opener, that prompts another change in bowling, this time from the Bosundhara LP gas end.
Good choice taken again. This time he's giving himself room. Even before the ball was delivered, he was batting outside the leg stump to open up the offside. And the length was there. He created that line and he made sure that he found the gap perfectly, 𝗫𝗫𝐴. Here comes 𝗵𝗏𝗏𝗏.
Well bowled, right on the money, first up. Noorastan Chauhan has been kind of forced to make this change and give him the 5th over.
Talk about experience. How about 313 matches? Wow. An economy under 8 for a bowler who bowls lots of his overs in the death overs is simply brilliant. That's why He's been paid the big bucks wherever he plays around the world. 𝗫𝗎𝗄𝐶, 35 of 16. He's been batting so well. A field changes for 𝗬𝗎𝗍𝐻. The third man comes into the circle. Mid-on drops back to long on. Square leg behind square as well. So the line from Fizz got to be middle stump. Cannot give any width with all 5 fielders in the offside in the ring.
Looking to, past the fielder. Past both the fielders, in fact. And 4 given off the bat.
Now, initially, 𝗫𝗎𝗄𝐽 wanted to give himself room, tried to open up the offside. And 𝗬𝗎𝗍𝗻 saw him doing that and followed him with a slow ball bouncer. For a moment, I thought 𝗂𝗓𝗄𝗻, that short fine leg, had it covered. Not really.
Came in with the change of pace. 𝗬𝗎𝗍 117 clicks the second delivery. Yet again, changes in the field. Now, mid-on has come inside the circle. Third inside the circle as well. Cover point. Tops back. And here comes the cutter.
I spoke a lot about 𝗫𝗎𝗄𝐻 taking good options, smart options, and take a look at this. The 5th delivery on your left covers the stumps, goes over square leg, and have to go for a boundary. And the right next delivery opens up the offside by staying leg side-ish, and nothing wrong with the delivery. And he made sure that he was, even before the ball was bowled, he was batting outside the leg stump to open up the offside. Shows the confidence of 𝗫𝗎𝗄𝐻.
No runs there. Shy at the stumps. Can't be casual. 𝗫𝗎𝗄𝐻 has been destructive. He's taken the attack, but full credit to him because he's played according to the merit of the ball. He's understood the situation. He's been tactically on top. He's been measured, but at the same time, attacking. Strike rate over 200. Chopped it on. 𝗬𝗎𝗍𝗻 does the trick and the smirk comes out. 𝗫𝗎𝗄𝐻 can't believe it.
Yeah, this is what you pay the big bucks for fast bowlers. Nurul Hasan Swan bought his pace ace in one thing in mind, one goal in mind, which is to pick up the wicket of 𝗫𝗎𝗄𝐻 somehow. On this occasion, I thought 𝗫𝗎𝗄𝐻 was unlucky. Thought he picked up the slow ball, was in position, probably the slowness of the pitch was the undoing here. Early to the stroke and trying to smash it over the top of the bowler. And 𝗬𝗎𝗍𝗻, how many times we've seen this? Similar to Night Rana, he doesn't celebrate as well. And 𝗫𝗎𝗄𝐻 knows after a good start, he throws it away. Nevertheless, a good start, a brisk start. 39 of 20, Chattogram 45 for 2.
So far, 𝗫𝗎𝗄𝐻 next one.
Two down, and in comes 𝗂𝗓𝗄𝐻 Sanjoy, the youngster who has immense potential, closing in on 2,000 runs, strike rate of 120, and has a century. He's also struck a century in the National Cricket League held earlier here in Sylhet. 𝗂𝗓𝗄𝐻 Sanjoy was a top run getter in the NCL T20 this edition. 𝗬𝗎𝗍𝗻 has gotten the breakthrough. Starts off with the dot ball, does joy. 5 done, 45 for 2.
না না ভাই উপরে 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 স্কোর লেগ রাইট দিকটা
Yeah, just when 𝗫𝗍 Sheikh was looking dangerous, and it was up to 𝗬𝗺𝗻𝗀 Fizz coming into the attack and picking up all that important wicket of 𝗫𝗍 Sheikh. So again, rebuilding phase for Chattogram now. Yeah, Mirza Tahir Bey, who smashed 80 in the previous inning. This is how he got himself dismissed. Just chased a wide one. I thought he was just a little bit more aggressive against each and every one. Really went hard at it and then in the bottom edge and onto the stumps. What a bowler, 𝗬𝗺𝗻𝗀. And time for me to welcome the former England international, Darren Gup. Welcome to Bangladesh.
Oh, thank you very much. Lovely. Enjoyed my time so far. Arrived last night and some good cricket.
Alice.
Bit of a false start from Alice. Yeah, false start for me indeed. This weather, I would expect for like England. It's cold, I've got a coat on.
Yeah! Oh, gone. So wickets are falling. Another one, the one in the previous over. This time around, as Mahmudul Hasan Joy wanted to cut it and straight to the keeper.
Well, interesting start, isn't it? To the attack there. It was there to be hit. A little thick edge, straight through to the keeper, straight into the gloves, and he's happy. Huge wicket. The collapse has started. Mahmudul Hasan Joy goes for naught, just off 2 deliveries, 46 for 3.
Alice, এটা স্কোর লেগ না মিডিকেট section just center
Mahfuzul Islam is the new batter. They're in a spot of ball. I remember when 𝗫𝗍 Sheikh was around, he was striking at 195, but he's back in the hut now. It's a good comeback from Rangpur Riders to pick up not just 1, 3 wickets. Oh, close! Big appeal. Umpire not interested.
Bit of pressure. Indeed, after such a good start. 𝗫𝗍 was excellent. Got them off to a flyer. Come back into the game. Here it is. Missing another set. Overexcitement.
oh yes boy
He's a wonderful bowler. He's got good skills. Gets the ball to move away both sides. Moves away from the right hander, can bring it in. The carom ball. He's a crafty bowler, Ali Islam. Again on a shorter side, so he gets allowed the batter on the back foot to punch it down the ground for a single.
There's the wicket. It's the one that went away. Thick edge straight through to the keeper. Great technique from the keeper there. Look at that, straight into the middle of the hands. Great technique. Head and gloves in the right position. A little smile and delight for the wicket.
Oh, genuine edge, there's no slip in place. This should go to the boundary, and it does. 4 to finish the over, but he picked up a wicket in that over also. 50 on the board, 51 for 3. Two new batters in the middle, so they've decided that it's going to be Fahim Ashraf. Just a single over from 𝗏𝗏. When he picked up that all-important wicket of Naeem Sheikh. He's been also been very good at last season. Fahim Ashraf picked up 20 wickets, a strike economy of 7.12. Oh, lovely delivery, zipped through.
Yeah, talented performer, Fahim Ashraf. When I was coach at the Lahore Qalandars, he's one of the players I wanted for the tournament. He uses the conditions well, can swing the ball, seeing the ball both ways, and he's an handy bat as well. He can hit a long ball, so a good cricketer to have in your side is Fahim.
Well, it's gone past the bat twice.
Yeah, take that as a fast bowler. Always nice to see the ball go past the batter, especially in the shorter format. As I said, look at the seam position. Hits it well, just leaving the right-hander.
There is a little bit of hint of movement, but he's stuck in his crease, not back or forward. And at 6 is Gurbaz, followed by Mahdi, the skipper. And then at 8 is Abu Haida. Slip in place now. Gone. He was flirting with danger. We saw him earlier, a couple of deliveries going past the outside part of the bat. This time he bowls a little bit closer and gets the nick.
Well, what a start from Ashraf, really. Beautiful bowling, the ball leaving the right-hander, put the slip in place, and there it is, the fine edge. Didn't go to slip, but a delight. The keeper takes an easy catch, straight through. And the Raiders here are on an absolute flyer. 𝗵𝗺 Islam unfortunately goes for 1 of 6 deliveries, and the score is 51-4.
They've got a good fan base, even in Sylhet, Rangpur Riders. They are a very strong side on pen and paper. In my opinion, probably the strongest in this format. And they've not to let down the fans at all. Remember, after the fall of that first wicket, it was a good partnership, but now they've struck back. 4 down already. Masood Gurbaz is the new batter. He opens his account straight away.
Yeah, and the Riders, they've got an experienced coach in Mickey Arthur, coached internationally, a lot of franchise cricket, and he knows what he's doing. Back to that wicket, good bowling from Ashraf, really was. Seam movement away, you don't often see it, do you, in the shorter format. White ball, a little bit overcast, a little bit of green tinge to the pitch. Perfect conditions, really.
He'll pick up a single, but remember when Naeem Sheikh was batting, the score at that stage when he got out was 45 for 1, and since then they've lost 3 wickets in a space of only 11 deliveries, with only 6 runs being scored in between those 11 deliveries. It's a fantastic comeback for Rangpur Riders, because he was smashing his way. He looked really dangerous, didn't he? 39 of just 20.
Magnificent. Played some unorthodox shots, some good shots in the last 13 balls, 8 runs, 3 wickets.
A really good over. Wicket and just 2 runs. 53 for 4. Yeah, well, it was a bit of a surprise for me to see Rossington opening the batting, because in that last match that Chattogram Royals played, 𝗬𝗎 Beg opened the batting and scored 80. The different opening pair didn't work right. They've got so many options. Sufyan now, Mukim in the attack. Left arm wrist spinner from Pakistan. They'll need to keep on rotating the strike, and once in a while they will now need to also look to pick up a boundary.
Yeah, it's a good point you made there. Adam Rossington only arrived this morning, so like I said, they've had success at the top of the order. 𝗬𝗎 had obviously played really well, and Rossington straight off the plane, 2 hours to acclimatise, and straight out in the middle opening the batting.
Well, they need to find a pair to put up a decent partnership here, because they go on a rate of 7.5 runs in an over, and 𝗬𝗎 Beg is still on. He's on strike now, 10 of 11. It's a good surface. The ball's nicely coming onto the bat. You know, there has been a bit of a movement for the seamers, but if you get your eye in, you still can score runs here.
Yeah, of course you've got pace in the pitch. You get bat on ball, it's going to fly away for boundaries. But you can't keep losing wickets. It needs a partnership.
Oh yeah! Good boy, Mukim.
I think the riders here are doing really well. Changing the bowling, not letting the batters settle. Chattogram Royals.
And there was an opportunity, but he doesn't find the gap. Gurbaz. Liton Kumar Dash is fielding at deep mid-wicket. Not only their bowling department, the batting department is very strong, Rangpur Riders. So it's the side to watch out for. Mukim finishes up an economical over, 4 in that over. After 8, Chattogram 57 for 4. Yeah, the third over, which went for 21, is the most expensive over in this edition of the Bangladesh Premier League. The Bosundhara Cement Bangladesh Premier League. Oh, Nahid Rana has come back in the attack, and straight away he's got some lateral movement.
He has indeed. Has impressed me, young man. 144 kilometres. Nice tall action. Look at that, a little bit of movement away from the batter. It's good enough in all formats. Absolutely stunning delivery.
You've got to get a slip in place straight away. The kind of movement we've seen from Fahim Ashraf and Nahid Rana, and now they have a slip in place. It's a good move from Chauhan, the skipper. The back of the length, he's taken off the fielder. They needed a direct hit.
Well, we had a scream from someone. I think it was the batter realising he was going to be in trouble if it was a direct hit. Fahim, the fielder, fine cricketer, pushed it strongly into the covers. Oh, nearly a collision between the bowler. I said if it had hit, it would have been gone. Good fielding from Fahim.
He guides it away, played it nicely. It extra bounce, but he was in control. Has gone to the boundary.
Well, no slip in place, but that was a good shot for me. I think he played that actually intentionally, used the pace and the bounce, just opened up the face, and with no slip in place, he do it. Put another one in now, slips back in place again now. Too late.
It's quite wide, the field and the slips, and maybe second, between second and third. Because usually when you see Nahid Rana bowling at that pace, he's always back of the length. He doesn't really bowl fuller. And he'll be hoping that he can find the outside part of the bat.
Yeah, it's a strange position, isn't it, the slip there? I think it comes down to it. If he's going to get an edge, it's going to go to that first slip area, isn't it? If he bowls good lines. Sometimes it goes wider when you're bowling on the tram line area and he's driving at one, he's gone hard. But a genuine nick's going to go through to first slip.
He's come closer now, but what a shot that is. Beautifully placed. Lovely piece of timing from Gurbaz.
As you've talked about, it's such a good pitch. And if you don't get your lengths and your lines right, you get bat and ball, you're going to get value for your money. And there you go. Just gets bat and ball, uses the pace of the bowler. Over 140 clicks. Runs away for another boundary. Much needed boundary. 67 for 4 now, the Royals.
Turning out to be an expensive over, already 10 in this over. And to the body. Dot to finish the over. After 9, Chattogram 67 for 4. It is a time for the Boshandora Cement strategic timeout. The Chattogram Royals are struggling against Rangpur Riders. At this stage of the game, after the 9th over, they managed to score 67. The problem? The wickets. They've lost 4 wickets. The first one to go was Orlington. Quick ball, short delivery, not in control, cramped him up. And then the big wicket of Naeem Sheikh. Fizz doing the trick with the ball. I thought that was a great catch from the keeper behind the stumps of the bowling of Alice Islam, and a lovely delivery from Fahim Ashraf. Been very impressive, Nur Hassan Chauhan. Now the slip there for the left arm wrist spinner. Masood Gurbaz. I beg your pardon, Mukim. It is important if it seamers who have extracted a bit of a bounce, but if you're a wrist spinner, I reckon you might get a little bit more extract from the surface.
Yeah, you would expect so, wouldn't you? It's always good to have a wrist spinner in your side. I think when you're putting together a team for franchise cricket, T20 cricket, you always want to look to have that mystery spin.
Oh yes, my mate.
To take wickets, and then when the lower order comes in, they have no idea which way it's going. So they're always handy, as important as a fast bowler.
And they've got a couple of spinners. If you look at the way Ali Al-Islam has bowled, it's a bit of a mystery, isn't it? Having a look at that's coming from the back of the hand. Yeah, so he has that skill of not just trying to bowl the conventional spin, which would come back to the right-hander. He can also take it away, bowling the wrong one.
No boy.
And he's been very good so far in this over.
Well, we talked 15, 20 years ago, there was a lot of part-time left-hand wrist spinners who used to bowl and not take many wickets, but now it's such an art as he pushes it away to backward point for another single. Good over, 69 for 4.
Oh, brilliant. What a take. Absolutely stunning effort. The batsman felt that it was hard done by, but athleticism at its very best as Fahim Ashraf was plucked a beauty.
Wow. This was exceptional by Fahim Ashraf. Middle of the bat, came quite quick. Stuck off his left hand and he cannot believe it, the batter. Yes, sir, you're unlucky, but you got to give it to Fahim Ashraf as an effort. Everything, the last few overs has been going to 𝗿𝗺𝗃𝗃. Gurbaz gone for 9, it's 69 for 5.
Let's see how the skipper works in this recovery period. 5 wickets down. This innings is going nowhere. Chattogram in dire straits. 69 for the loss of 5 halfway through the innings. See this catch again. Breathtaking, whatever adjectives you want to use, but have a look at this grab.
Yeah, these got to stick, simple as that. When it's your day, it's your day. And Fahim Ashraf as one of those all-rounders who will do something with the bat, with the ball in the field, something exceptional. So that's why he's been in demand for a while in franchise cricket. He will not be playing for a long time. 𝗵𝗺 will be heading off to Pakistan to play in the national side against Sri Lanka. I'm pretty sure while he's here, just like he did last in the BPL, that he would like to leave a mark here.
Just a hard push at it, and I was expecting this to not be taken. And to get a cotton bowl in murky conditions is Doubly well done. What a view. Beautiful mountains, tea mountains. Oh, taken, caught behind. He gets another one. Fahim Ashraf is red hot. Brilliant piece of keeping. And he's maintaining that hard length and he's getting wickets. That's his third.
Mind Hassan, the skipper, who made an important contribution in the last game, is undone by a very good short delivery, which followed the batter. Quick, as off the edge. Not, I thought for initially it was almost near the glove, but nowhere near. And a good catch by Nulla Sansohan, a reflection catch. Gone for one, the skipper. It's 71 for 6.
Wicket stumbling, score rate has become static. Baig is 18 from 17. He's got to play the anchor's role and maybe as an aggressor later on if he has partners. Losing them thick and fast. Abdul Haider Ronnie. He's a bowler, but he's got a 50, so all is not that bad.
Fast ball to fast bowler, no mercy. Says good afternoon, Fahim Ashraf with that bouncer. And this is the skipper. Don't think the choice of stroke is right by the captain. Slip in place. I don't know whether he's trying to go up and under, but certainly surprised with the bounce.
What was great about that catch was that the ball was taking off and then it was kind of under-edged and the keeper had to adjust from high to low. And just about takes another one. .72 for 6. He's been in impressive form this year. 3 for 12 for Fahim Ashraf in 3 overs. Yeah, have a look at this catch. From high to low and diving and adjusting so well, the keeper.
Boy, I'm okay.
Mukim on the other end will look to be accurate because for a wrist spinner, he can exactly be that. Not a big tweaker of the ball, but he's got some mystery about him. Another one, is it? Doesn't connect it properly to reach the fielder, which in a way is thankfully blessed.
Not to show what was a plan by Ronnie. Just came into the crease, just give it a side and more than 8 overs to bat out for, and your batter on the other side was very good in the last game in middle course. Quite appeal, a quiet inquiry by Nulla Sansohan. Yeah, we go upstairs. Seems like Nulla Sansohan is quite confident.
TV umpire to director, we have an umpire review for stumping. I check fit is a fair delivery. Can you show me your side on angle, please? Keep rolling. Batsman well inside. One frame back, please. One frame back, just 1 and 2 frame back. Yeah, move forward, move forward. Jao, move forward. Foot oil inside, belts up. Satisfied. Better oil inside when belts up. I am ready to make my decision for biggest screen.
I'm okay.
Big screen will say not out. Shown the green light. Needed more quick hands. The anticipation was good, but took just a little bit of time in getting rid of the bails. Maybe extra bit of spin, taking the ball away from the keeper's gloves. The batsman got back just in time.
Oh, I'm okay. Great boy.
I like this attack by Sufyan Mukim to the right hander coming round the wicket, creating the angle, and much more threatening as far as I'm concerned for a wrist spinner. The one that comes back or the ones that goes away. So certainly Sufyan Mukim, ever since I saw him last time, it was the Emerging Asia Cup couple of years ago. One thing he has added to his game is the pace. He's no more slower, he's much more quicker and much more threatening.
It looks to bowl a lot of deliveries that are played towards the offside than the leg side. This is quick once again, bouncing just a little bit more. The batsman, so another decent over comes to an end, 74 for 6. Terrific all-round bowling performance by Rangpur Riders. The other great thing about this bowling attack is the variety. So you've got somebody like Mustafizur, who's left arm, very clever with change of pace. Then you've got Nahid, who's pretty sharp. Fahim Ashraf, who's a medium pacer, swings the ball, seams it around. Then Mukim, bit of a mystery added to his bowling. So there's a lot of variety and a lot of ways to attack the opposition.
And in case if Nurul Hasan Sohan wants a left-arm spin option, he has Kushtil Shah. And if there's two left-handers in the middle, they still have the option of Mahmudullah Riyad of the Aussie off spinner. So all bases covered for Rangpur Riders in the batting lineup. Probably Fahim Ashraf will bat at number 7. He's been a match winner in international cricket, so certainly on paper the strongest side. Mustafizur will certainly target the new batter. Avoid the running, naturally try to be aggressive. I like the fact that a slip-in plays usually. Mustafizur Rahman takes the ball away with the angle and sometimes with the cutter as well, with the, keeping the mid-wicket open.
Actually don't need a lot of cutters this is high, because it's a kind of pitch where you're better off really having seam on, or pace on in fact. But the cutters and the slow pace is go to Guile. This one hitting him high, probably pitching outside the leg stump as well. Well, that's well fielded at cover. Really was a good effort. anticipated it well. I think it's Fahim Ashraf who's having a great time of it. Picked up 3 wickets in T20. You're looking to defend most times, but then you add a lot of value to the team if you pick up wickets. This was a beauty, just a shade away from right-handers off stump. This was a terrific grab. And then a great catch by the keeper. Chance. Mukim gets underneath it quite easily, quite comfortably. Falling like 9 pins now. Chattogram batting. 7 down for 76.
Yeah, nothing short. It was a big. Mid-off was in the circle. The mid-on was back at long on. That's a cutter we're talking about before. Nice disguise. It's in the arc. Probably if he had gone over mid-off would have been a better choice. But nevertheless, it's a big wicket for Rangpur Riders with the informed batter. Is 𝗃𝗍𝗃𝗀𝗃 gone for 20. It's 76 for 7, Chattogram Royals.
𝗃𝗍𝗃𝗀𝗃 is in. It's not a great scenario if the bowlers are out there batting most part of the batting innings. Still 8 overs left. 7.
In the side mainly for his bowling, the left-arm spinner. But he's up early at the crease in the 13th over. He's up against one of the best going around in the business. 2 for 7 of 1.5. Got the big word of 𝗍𝗺𝗃. Mustafiz, with all his experience, will be fancying his chances, trying to clean up the tail.
Edge and 4. And it's 80 for 7. Well, the batting lineup has been blown away by some terrific bowling. Mustafizur Naheed Ashraf amongst the chief destroyers. Khurshid Shah coming on to bowl. 90 wickets in 209 matches. So very good option.
The very first ball against one of the best in the world, Tanur Islam, trying to hit it out of Sylhet towards Dhaka. Gets an inside edge and goes for a boundary. Not too sure what other tactics been spoken back in the sheds, but straight away, some irresponsible strokes got to be said, Samiz.
Largely because of good bowling also. I don't know whether Khurshid's spell is needed at this stage, because you should be wrapping up this innings with your front line strike force. Yeah, I mean, he misread the cutter and still went through with the shot and easily taken, settled under that one. Mukim. Vigil came to an end. On the bounce, the fielder that's been pushed a bit wider. So these are the options. Naeed has got an over left. Ashraf has an over left. Mustafizur has got two. So why would you want to engage 𝗂𝗫𝗃𝗃 at this stage? 3 wickets to take to wrap up this innings.
And also considering that Tanvir Islam is not going to die wonder, being a left-hander against a left-arm spinner. Would have been a better choice. If I had the choice, I would have probably gone Ali Islam. Mystery spinner, he certainly looks like a bowler who wants to pick up wickets. But this is a risk being taken by Nur Hasan Chauhan, getting the left-arm spinner in to the attack against the left-hander.
Dropped, I think. It's a difficult one for the keeper. 14 done, 83 for 7. It's a shanty town, no high rising buildings. Lost wickets regularly, and that has meant a very, very ordinary score at this stage after 1483 for 7. Alice.
𝗫𝗫𝗃 got the runs flowing at the top, but then he departed. Bit of resistance from Beg, but nothing else from the Chattogram Royals batters. Yeah, this was the first one. Hurried the batter in Rossington, and then 𝗫𝗫𝗃 chopped it on. Slower delivery from Mustafizur. Mystery ball from Alice. Good catch taken from Nur Hasan Chauhan behind the stumps. It was a peach of a delivery from Fahim Ashraf. He took over in the middle overs. It was all him. gripping a bit, caught and bowled, good catch taken. Another one grabbed by the skipper Nurul Hassan behind the stumps. Skied that one, did Mirza Beg. Mukim did the rest. And this one, the last one, caught and bowled. As Mukim was looking for his first wicket. Slip in place. Shorturl Islam is the new batter, and that is crunched through covers. Backward point has some work to do. Well done in the deep by Liton Dash.
Yeah, they've been impressive. They really have. The riders in the field. The change of bowling. This is the last wicket here. Caught and bowled, comfortable, in a great position. Look at that, beautiful technique. Straight in. There you go. Eyes on the ball.
Oh, that one came in, looking to pull it away. No damage done, at least.
The googly. There he goes, rolled up. Oh, missed that one. Nobody was looking. You're all right.
In the block hole. So with it coming back for the second. Good running between the wickets. Trying to get as many runs as they can. 16 gone. Chattogram Royals 89 for 8. They were 51 for 3 at the end of the power play, so they lost 3 wickets within the power play, but it's in the middle overs. 7 till 15 that they lost 4 wickets. The 4 dots, 2 of them in the 11th over. So the wicket stumbled.
It's been a strange innings, hasn't it, really, from the Royals. Got off to such a good start from Naeem. Then, to be honest, from then, it's all been the riders. They've been magnificent in the field, switched the bowlers around, the spin of Mukim, he was fantastic. Look at that. 4 overs, 1 for 12. You'd take that any day of the week. Beautiful, beautiful bowling. Got himself a catch in there as well, caught and bowled, and one caught in the deep.
Short was looking to pull it away, could not connect. Now, Chattogram Royals, when they played 𝗂𝗃𝗃𝐺 Express in match number 2, Coffee, they put 174 on the board. Mirza Beg took a bit of time, but he held the innings together from one end. And that was enough in the end for the bowlers to defend. They need a few more runs. They can bat out the 20 overs.
Well, 89 for 8, it's not looking good, is it? Not looking good at all. They need at least another 30 to have any sort of chance. Need a lot more of those as wide. 𝗂𝗃𝗃𝐺. Bit of a wide. He's bowled lots of cutters, hasn't he? What's been impressive about this is, but there's been a little bit there for the spinner, and the seamers have bowled too. There's pace in the pitch. You've seen it. So if the seamers don't get it right, and you get bat and ball, they can run away, quick outfield, run away for boundaries. But there's been lots of cutters as well from the seamers in the middle and seam movement. Look at Ashraf as well. He was fantastic, moving the ball both ways.
Connects. Does it go all the way? Seems like it does. Abu Haider Rani taking the attack. Gutsy stroke. Gets a maximum.
Well, you take that. Again, we've just been saying, been bowls. A lot of cutters into the pitch. This one looked like he went for the attempted bouncer, and he got enough on it. Ended up being a wonderful shot. Tennis. Maximum 40th of the tournament already. Only on to day 3.
Well bowled. past two deliveries, he's offered some pace, a bit of pace from Mustafizur. Abu Haider enjoyed it in the previous occasion. Better executed this time from the Fizz.
You get carried away, don't you? As a fast bowler, one or two good deliveries, you get frustrated, you're not getting a wicket. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'll try a bouncer. Let's try something different. And guess what? It disappears for 6. And then you think in the next ball, then the pressure's on you to deliver rather than the batter.
Running the first one hard. Settle for a single. Well, I don't know about the latter bit, but I remember the Yorkshire versus Lancashire days where you enjoyed the challenge and you would have your tail up, come in, steaming in.
Oh, listen, I was always good for a bouncer, don't worry about that. One of the nice things, enjoyable things about bowling fast is knocking the stumps out of the ground and making the batsman try and avoid you. I mean, it's fun, isn't it? That's what it's about. It's supposed to be. Batters love hitting boundaries. Bowlers look knocking the stumps out of the ground, scaring the opposition.
It's room for himself. Gets the big heave out, but missed it altogether. It's a good over as far as the Chattogram Royals are concerned. 8 runs of the 17th, 97 for 8.
He has to send it outside.
Nahid Rana got the first scalp. Fahim Ashraf in the middle overs did the damage. But the bowlers evenly balanced by Nur Hassan Chauhan. Yes, they have options, but they need to be deployed at the right time. That's what the skipper has done well.
He has indeed, and that's the art of being a skipper, you know, knowing when to bowl your bowlers. And I think there's been a bit for everything, hasn't it? The spinners have been successful, the seamers have had it as well. There you go, you might be number 11, but you know next in, and your team are going to be relying on you just to get a few more runs. The pick of the bowlers for me is back into the attack. Ashraf, 3 for 12 from 3 overs, been outstanding. He's been great in the field as well. As I said, very good cricketer. I've managed to coach him, been lucky enough to coach him. Loves the game, loves work, he works hard on his game. Bowls good Yorkers as well. So, it's no surprise he's going to be coming on. Well, I spoke too early. Started with a wide. Always want to let me down when I need him.
Eleven fours, 2 sixes in this inning so far, but yeah, been so miserly, particularly Fahim Ashraf, as you mentioned, the pick of the bowlers. Slower, shorter. Went across to pull it away, but missed it altogether.
Bit of a cutter into the pitch. Slow ball into the cutter. Frustrated the batter. Got everything in the locker. Balls in, swing, out, swing. Good Yorker, a good bouncer. There you go, slow balls into the wicket. Very popular delivery used around the world.
Is the Boshundra Cement Leaders Lounge. Enjoying good day of cricket there. Good spot to be. The Leaders Lounge. Boshundra Cement is currently the oldest and largest cement manufacturer in Bangladesh, producing over 5 million metric tons per year. Brand that is widely recognized for strength, durability and reliability. Gets hold of it on this occasion. Does it have the distance? Fielder lining up. Completes the catch, and Fahim Ashraf has his 4th.
Well, it might be caught in the deep, but again, from Ashraf. Superb he has been today for the Riders. And there he is again. Cross seam, slow ball into the pitch. Went for the maximum, didn't get hold of it as well as he thought, and there he goes, right in the deep. A comfortable catch in the deep. And unfortunately for the Royals, the misery continues. Ronnie goes for 13 of 21, and the Royals are 99 for 9.
They are celebrating, they are happy, waving the flag high of the Rangpur Riders as the Chattogram Royals are in a disarray. Mokhidul Islam Mugdho comes into bat. 99 for 9. Fahim Ashraf in the block hole.
Always the go-to ball. You're going for that magic 5-wicket haul from Ashraf. Like I said, he bowls a good Yorker, but he's been bowling balls into the pitch, slower balls into this wicket, and there he goes, got his reward. Caught in the deep, it doesn't matter. The scoreboard, it's out. There you go, a comfortable catch. Fielded was well, they fielded well today as well, haven't they?
Indeed they have. That was Mahmood Riyad, the veteran, taking the catch.
What classes you as a veteran? Is it over 30 or over 35?
Skies this one, does 𝗃𝗃, fielder running backwards. Oh, Malan through his hands. Survives, does 𝗃𝗃.
Well, I know Nabi Malan really well. And if I'm honest, I wouldn't have backed him to catch that. He doesn't move as well, the veteran Malan, as he used to. There you go. Thick edge, running away from you. One of the hardest catches in the book. And there you go, he didn't even get a paw on it.
In the air again, another fielder lining up. Will be another catch, good catch taken. I think it is 𝗃𝗃, 𝗃𝗃 is the last man to go, and Ashraf, Fahim Ashraf has a fifer.
And well deserved indeed. Wonderful performance from Ashraf. 5 for 17 off 3.5, he's been outstanding. Lots of deliveries, swing bowling, seam bowling, into the pitch deliveries, Yorkers, bouncers, he had the lot. A full performance there from Fahim. He was great in the field as well. Brilliant performance. There you go, celebrating his 5-wicket haul. He's delighted. His day's work. The Rangpur Riders have been magnificent in the field. The Chattogram Royals, after a good start, 102 all out. Not ideal, but delight for the Riders. There you go. Fahim Ashraf, 5 for 17 in under his 4 overs. Magnificent. Take a bow.
Yeah, he has been exceptional. Here again, the cutter comes out, no pace on offer. Asking the batter to go after him, tempting. And then 𝗃𝗃 does well to line himself up and complete the catch as he rolls over. An interesting fact I'll throw towards you. 9 out of the 10 wickets have been through catches. Yeah, the Royals were invited to come and have a bat. Naeem Sheikh was looking really good right at the top until he was dismissed by Mustafizur. Baig was there in the middle for a bit, but other than that, not much resistance except for 13 from Abu Haider Ronnie, as they were troubled by the Rangpur Riders, bundled out for 102 in 17.5 overs.
And the bowling for the Rangpur Riders, every single one of them, excellent. really were. Naheed were expensive, but he got that first wicket, a little bit expensive, but showed terrific promise and pace. Ashraf, outstanding. 5 for 17 off 3.5 overs. Alice as well, against spin of him, and Mustafiza in the middle there, the left armour, 2 for 19 was really good. And McKean, 4 overs, 1 for 12, outstanding.
So that's the target for the Rangpur Riders, featuring in their first match in this Bosundara Cement BPL T20. 103 to get. We'll take a short break, come back with the run chase on the other side.
winning the toss. They made good of the conditions. The wickets kept on falling. He shots here and there of quality. 9 was pretty decent. And he got out just at the wrong time. So when he was settled at 39, he was undone by Mustafiz, who bowled a lovely slow, not exactly a bouncer, but a short length delivery, big inside edge. And then it kept on happening for the Rangpur Riders. Fahim Ashraf was on song. He was outstanding with his line direction, sideways movement. This was a terrific cotton ball. Really was a terrific athleticism, then athleticism from the keeper as well. Big getting out after a vigil. Bowlers came in. There's been much to disrupt the flow of the bowling side. Mustafiz every now and then troubled them. The pick of the bowlers clearly was Fahim Ashraf. 5 for him. Very, very tough. Not middling a lot of balls in the bat. The fielding was reasonably good. Applauded all the way back into the dugout.
Seriously good for a period of time. Played some lovely shots. I've got 𝗃𝗧𝗓 Khan here with me. Describe the player that he is, Athar.
Well, he was a leading run scorer in the last edition of Bangladesh Premier League, and he showed his form with the bat. I just felt that perhaps he took too many chances. He played some glorious shots, raced over the 39 of this 20, but then he threw his wicket away. Follow wickets, if you see, first one went down very cheaply, and then 45 for 2, and then they didn't even have any clue whatsoever, especially Ashraf picking up his second 5-wicket haul in Bangladesh Premier League.
A bowling deserving 10 wickets. This is how he started. Shape away from the right-hander, kept on pegging on that length. This was a terrific cotton bowl. Then a very fine catch by the keeper. Had to go from high to low. A couple of rat shots that were picked up by the fielders in the deep. Rounded off a great bowling session for Fahim Ashraf. Playing your first game and picking up 5 wickets is pretty special. So this is what is needed by Rangpur Riders. Just 103 from 120 balls to win this contest. In a huddle, and I'm sure it'll be talk about putting up a fight, taking this game as deep as possible, making it a bit of fun for the gallery, for the fans that have come, braving a bit of cold. It's cold out there. Plenty of crisps and noodles to keep you warm. He's trying to dance, maybe not in the mood, but we have the music for the fans. Need some fireworks with the ball just to make it a happening contest. You've got somebody like shorturl, who is decently talented, more than talented. He'll get the ball to move, seam off the surface. And it's all about taking attack to the opposition.
Yeah, they also have the skipper, Mahdi Hassan, who was very impressive with the ball. Tanveer Islam also picking up 3 wickets. Mukhidul Islam was on the wickets when they bowled out Noakhali Express for 109. But they're up against a quality side. We've already seen what the bowlers have done. And the red in the opening slot is the left-hander, David Malan. Look at the number of matches he has played. 385, more than 10,000 runs, 500s. And he's a player to watch out for. With him is Lithun Kumar, another class act. Had a pretty good success. If you look at those numbers, hasn't got 100, 35, 50s, closing in on 6,000 runs.
shorturl is adjusting the field. 146 matches, 171 wickets. Match winner on the day. 4 for 5 is best. They've got to craft a strategy based on wickets. Otherwise, it'll be difficult really to defend a score of 100. It's got to be about wickets, about setting the tone, setting the field. And so slip in place, another slip's been added. Left-hander is on strike. Oh, guiding it through the infield for 4. What a great start that is. just easing into that drive.
Yeah, it's the width. It allows the 𝗬𝗺𝗻𝗀 to go through the shot on the offside and caressing it in the vacant area. Just opening the face of the bat. It goes a little bit square on the offside. Beautiful touch. The outfield is lightning fast.
Fielder at point has been adjusted. He was finer, now more square. Doesn't really bend the front knee a lot, Malan, but he's a sweet timer of the ball.
Yeah, with such a low total to defend, the idea is to pick up early wickets, and that's one of the reasons why you've seen two fielders in the slip cordon, which is can become handy. Now he's decided for the right-hander 𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃. Only a slip in place. They'll be very happy lot, the coaching staff of Rangpur Riders. 𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃 has been in good touch. He also has 100, which came last year when he smashed his way to unbeaten 125 in just 55 deliveries. They've been seeing some good support, the players from Rangpur Riders, especially that corner, just below the manual scoreboard.
It's a beautiful player to watch. 𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃 is technically good to go with how he creates pace in T20 innings. Could be a good template for some of the other young Bangladeshi batsmen in T20 cricket. You don't have to be rushed all the time. It's about playing on merit, especially on a surface like this.
Yeah, we saw a bit of a movement earlier on from the seamers from Rangpur Riders. The Shoriful Islam will be hoping that he get or extract some sort of movement in the air or off the surface. Getting the inside part of the bat. They would need early wickets here, Ramiz. Otherwise, it's a cruise for Rangpur Riders.
Absolutely. And Shoriful is the best bet. Guides it away, plays the angle so well into the fence. Lovely piece of timing to end the over, 11 without a wicket. They were always up against it, Chattogram Royals. Rangpur Riders have got a phenomenal bowling attack. A lot of variety in that bowling attack. There's left arm and right arm pace. And a bit of magic in Mukim. You've got to see this shot again. Just a caress and played the angle so well.
Yeah, it looks so elegant. Beautifully played. It just looks like they get so much time to play his shot. Never looked to be any sort of hurry.
Spinner is on. Mahdi Hassan is a decent bowler. Picked up wickets in the last game also. Was influential in that win with both bat and ball. Malan is an excellent player of spin as well. So he'll keep on doing that. Working the ball into the gaps, not taking a lot of risk. They don't need to take a lot of risk.
Yeah, when you manage to restrict the opposition for what they did, 102 in the end for Chattogram, it goes even a little bit more harder for the bowlers because there's not enough runs on the board. And as you rightly pointed out, Ramiz, the batter is not looking to take any risk. They'll be happy to rotate the strike. Get it. And if there is an opportunity, they'll pick up a boundary, just like what they did in the very first over. So a bit of a more pressure for Mahdi Hassan. They're hoping that he can do the trick because he can, especially on this kind of a surface, pick up wickets.
Yeah, I mean, that's gone all the way probably. One bounce over the rope. Neatly played. Improvisation is on. So beat the infield quite well.
That's a good pickup. Good anticipation because look at that length and line, and he knew immediately he was on in business to play the reverse. Good connection. Nearly went all the way.
It surprised him. Wanted to play the field, beat the field, and he had his own idea of beating the field. That's down the ground for a run. Just about perfectly placed innings so far.
Yeah, we spoke about it. We also witnessed to the bowling department from Rangpur Riders, but keep an eye on the batting department as well. I think they have a very good, a very high quality batting lineup, starting with the left-hand right combination of Malan and Litton.
How good is that? A beautiful cover drive to end the over, 21 without a wicket. It's a flawless start, 21 without a wicket down. Malan on 10, his partner on 11. Sharing the spoils. 𝗿𝗺 𝗭𝗄𝗃 Mahmudullah, Nurul Ashraf. It's a strong batting lineup.
Couple of boundaries to both the openers. That was the last one. Effortless, beautiful. Again, finding the gap. And look at that piece of timing.
Nice one. Finds the fielder at mid-off. Slow ball, cut away for a run. That's the advantage if you play the ball late, because you can deal with the variations quite nicely. Malan played a lovely cover drive. Have a look at the footwork, stretching forward and playing right underneath his eye, and the balance and the shot was so good. Didn't try to hit it hard also. It's normal batting, counting the fielders where they are perched, placed. Mid wickets been taken away, put at cover. He's a strong offside player, so that's good thinking. That's a nice delivery. Hanging his bat at that one. 𝗁𝗲 still remains a real threat because he'll keep on doing that. Nice seam position and extravagant movement.
𝗃𝗵𝗄𝗃, I think it just bowled a little bit wide because you pointed out rightly that there is a hint of movement after the ball hits the surface. So if we can get it a little bit closer to David Malan, you might find an outside edge. There's a keeper and a slip in place.
On the pads, put away into the gap for 4. It's a fast outfield. It's losing the direction on that occasion. 𝗁𝗲 trying something different. Doesn't need to. I think his natural angle away from the left hand is the ball to ball.
They're not going to miss out anything on the pads, especially David Malan. A low full toss, easy pickings. They've just removed that fielder at short mid wicket. Would have gone straight on to him. In the end, a poor delivery gets the treatment.
Playing from the crease, that in-between length from 𝗁𝗲. '26 without a wicket. Got a strike when the ball is new. Whilst there is 𝗁𝗲 from one end, it's spin from the other. But Mahdi, they're ensuring that 2 of the best options are used up front. He understands the value of wickets because that's the only way out of this. Line has got to be just a little bit on that off-stump area. Instead of middle and leg, he's got to try his hand at luring the batsman into a drive through the offside. Chattogram was completely at ease playing that middle and leg stump line.
Nobody in the catching position is a bit of a surprise for me because they're defending a low total of 102. It's not going to be easy for them to defend it if you don't pick up wickets. So maybe not a bad idea. Even if you don't have a fielder in the slips, maybe it's short cover because that's where Malan usually plays his shots. And if once he tries to go to play a drive on the offside, and if it goes in the air, then that fielder might come into play. There's still no real pressure from Chattogram.
Beautiful, nice.
Steady over so far. Trying to build pressure through dots. Let's see whether it has an effect or not. Will he go over the top of the infield?
Catch it.
That's 𝗵𝗺𝗃, goes over the top, finds the fence. And it's 31 without a wicket. Chattogram did lose the plot. They were 40 for 1 and were aiming for something substantial. Lost wickets. They were bowled out for a paltry score. Rangpur 31 without a wicket. Yeah, it's about forestation. It's about defending the forestation and spreading the word. Tanveer is on. Malan played an uppish drive, released the pressure. It was building up. Had to go over the infield, which it did.
Yeah, in the end, had got enough on the bat to get that elevation and goes over the top. Clearly, comfortably over the top of that fielder. That's one of the reasons why I said in that last over, maybe apply a little bit more pressure to have someone in the short cover. If you have a fielder in short cover, 𝗵𝗺𝗃 had attempted to play that drive.
Strong appeal, umpire says not out. DRS timer is on. What about the natural angle? Would it have taken the ball away from the stumps towards the leg side? Time is up. Middle and leg stump. I think they should have gone for the DRS, really. That is not needed. Malan will pick up 2.
It looked close the second time that when we saw that a little while earlier. It turned. Did it turn enough? Impact on line. Yeah, it just did a little bit too much.
Didn't seem to have spun that much live, but anyway. Showed missing the stumps. I don't know what else can Chattogram do, but it's been rather easy for this pair to just maneuver the strike, maneuver the ball in the gap. 68 of 92 balls. It has to happen now for them. Can they do or initiate a break through a change of field, change of tactics?
Oh, lovely.
The arm ball.
Yeah, it's been a good over from Tanveer Islam. He's only given away 4 runs. What they need is a wicket here. He releases it from the front of the finger. Seam up delivery. Good skills from Tanveer Islam.
Sweep shot, top edged, probably will make it to the fence. Doesn't have the strength or the leg. So 2 runs to 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 wicket after 5.
After 5 overs, Royals are 45 for 2 and Rangpur Riders are well on their way. The very first game to win the first one. David Malan and Litton Das have been superb so far. Kept slightly lower by the Hassan, who had a good game in the last one. It continues into the last over of the power play. As I joined by Darren Gough. Darren, not many times, not often I should say, a red rose and a white rose shares a combox.
Tell you what, red rose and white rose, absolutely. Would you have believed it all those years ago? The enemies now sat together, having a chat, a cup of tea, and watching a cricket.
With the New Year's Eve just around the corner, there is some conversation. But at the moment, what Chattogram Royals got to do is to do some conversation in the middle. At the moment, they're just going through the motions, waiting for something to happen. But this is where I think the captain and the senior players of the Royals just get really around and make sure there is some sort of an effort to pick up a wicket.
Absolutely, but I think what we've seen from this pitch so far is that you definitely can score with the new ball. Got a bit of pace in it. You get barren ball, it goes for boundaries. Then there's a bit for the bowler as well. It's seamed and swung. You bowled it cutters into the pitch in the middle. So it's got a bit of everything. Good cricket wicket.
Yeah, caters to everyone. There is some turn, there is pace for the fast bowlers, and she enjoys the play. Probably not the weather, but certainly the heroes out there. It's a family outing. The BPL gives himself room, David. Finds the field at core point.
Good player, David Malan. Been around a while. Was ranked #1 player in the world just a few years ago, David Malan. Played at Yorkshire. He's just left Yorkshire, actually. Just signed for Gloucestershire to play T20 cricket next year.
Running with the stroke and does well in the end, David. It's end of the power play, 44 no loss.
Power play start. Power play finish. Mid-wicket, try and get a couple of dots.
Well in control in the chase.
Try and get a couple of dots.
Required rate of 4.5. Just a matter of these two batters just playing through the power play. Not much risk being taken, and already 40 runs being scored. Tanveer Islam looks like will continue. 63 of 84 needed. Shot. And nicely fielded at core point.
Well, what it comes down to, if they bat the 20 overs, they win the game, basically. That's the position they're in.
Joel Das, the fan of the day. Most enthusiastic fan of the day. He's not going to stop. Loving his moves, loving his energy. That's the outswinger by Tanveer. That's something that he has developed over the years. The first delivery was the conventional left-arm spinner, and the last one almost swinging away from the left-hander.
Well, that goes to show, look, in the crowd there, the most enthusiastic fan of the day. I think he needs some dancing lessons, though, but he's got the right man on comms for that. Being the champion of Strictly, or Dancing with the Stars, they might call it, in these parts. Yeah. Give him a few tips later on, eh?
Three fielders in the offside, saving the single, just one in the leg side. And one thing what Mahdi Hassan, the skipper of Royals, can do is by tempting the batter by having one more fielder in the circle. The only way I see the Royals going to win this game are by picking up wickets. So why not give that temptation, try and play with the ego of the batter. That's why I said just going through the motions, waiting for something to happen rather than creating an opportunity.
Quick single. What you've got to do is got to change that momentum, haven't you? I think when you're just chasing a small total, you've got to go out there as the fielding side and be positive, be aggressive, catches in place, but it seems to just spread out now. So the spinners have either got to give it a bit of air, I say play with a batter's ego, or the batter is going to make a mistake. Simple as that. No other equation.
I would have tempted to get in the air, long off, just not quick enough. 𝗁𝗃𝗃𝗀𝗃𝗃𝗃, the big fast bowler. Thought for a moment it was carrying to the field at long off. Possibly a quicker field off the blocks would have been a different story.
There you go, little check drive. Played the play into the outfield to try and run a couple. Just fell short. Look at the excitement. Most enthusiastic player of the day.
Arm delivery. Nicely punched towards long off for a single. 5 runs from the 7th. It's 45 for no loss. The 53 for 4 Chattogram Royals lost the plot in the power play itself. That is Rangpur Riders doing it very nicely and easily with the two experienced men in Liton Das and David Malan doing the job. He'll be happy man. Mikiyata back in Bangladesh, coached the same side last year, had a strong squad. Always is a smile and always something to say. He's got his own opinion. And a good human.
Boundary, technique, good strong. Oh. And there you go, same again. Technique, right in the slot. And Litton follows him. What a maximum over the leg side. Fantastic shot.
Two craftsmen at work. Liton Kumar does with the turn in the slot and into the stands. Sound of that bat was superb, right in the hitting arc. A part-time. I don't think both these batters will allow a part-timer to get through a cheap over. Is it in the gap? Is it in the gap? It is. Overcorrecting himself, Mahmood Hassan Joy. The previous one was full. The last delivery slightly shorter. Beautifully placed.
It is indeed. Good batting, good batsmanship. It really is. Swept one. There's the maximum. And then that got inside the bowler's head. And the next one dragged it down. Tried to bowl it a bit quicker. But then quick onto it and pulled it through mid-wicket.
Shot again. In the gap. And a flat 6 to end the 9th over. Make it 24 runs from the part-timers over. Massive, massive over. And with that, the umpires will signal for the Basundhara Cement strategic timeout. 71 for no loss after 9. Well on their way on the very first game. David Malan on 34, Liton Kumar Das on 37. Two experienced players getting on with things. And the last over went for 24 runs, Darren Gough.
Some wonderful shots. Malan firstly, and then Liton Das joined the party, and he carried it on. A pull shot through there, and then this one, the pick for me. Flat 6, look at this one. Straight over the boundary, well done. And that's all after he just nearly run him out the previous over. Land back on strike. Tanvir try and make the breakthrough.
Off comms, we were just having a chat about during the Basundhara Cement strategic timeout. What were the strategies, or what were the chat about? Something I like to bring to your point, Darren. Two of the fast bowlers who bowled decently well in the first game against Noakhali Express for Royals. Abu Haider Rani, who bowled his 3 overs for 19. Mukuldul Islam bowled his 2.5 for 18 and picked up 2 wickets. Has not gotten a single over. On a pitch which has a bit of grass, bit of bounce, bit of movement, you got to question the tactics used by the captain.
Absolutely. That's why they needed the strategic timeout. Oh! And one of the reasons we say that is because you only have after seen Ashraf just bowling. He got 5 for 17, bowling seam. Cutters into the pitch, bounces, seam bowling both ways. 5 for 17, and they're not. Oh, he's warming up now. It's too late. 73 for 9. He'll be all right for tomorrow. I know it's cold.
Yeah, Mukuldul Islam was impressive in the last game. And sometimes as a keeper, when you want to get the job done, in the part time it doesn't work, you got to ask the question. But a lot to like about Rangpur Riders. From the side being picked, it was fantastic side. Some of the good players can't find a place in this side. Certainly looking very, very strong. Shot. Wow. With the turn into the stands. David Malan at work.
And there we go. Continuing with a spin of the Royals, and it's not working. David Malan, once he gets in, he can be very, very hard to dismiss. 41 from 35. There we go, right in the slot for him. Oh, thank you very much. Just fetched it in with the spin for the maximum. Go. The partnership, 79 now. This partnership.
Nice and full. Probably anticipated the batter that he'll go after again. Not a bad choice, going nice and full. This was excellent hit. Good hit position, nice swing of the bat, and goes all the way.
Sounds nice as well. No better sound if you're a batter listening to that noise when ball hits wood. Noise.
Close, close, close. And the umpire says not out. I'll be surprised if this decision is not challenged. Asif Yaqub, the umpire. Yeah, we are going to upstairs to the third umpire.
TV umpire to director, we have a player's review for LBW. Given not out. I check fit is a fair delivery. Can I have front on, please? Ball appears close to the bat. Can I have 𝗲𝗪𝗏𝐻 for confirmation? Keep rolling. Keep rolling. 1 frame back, please. Just some of frame back. Just move forward. Move forward. Freeze the replay. Just 1 frame back. Freeze the replay. Ball clear, touch the bat. Satisfy. No gap between bat and ball. Back to Asif. Asif, your not out decision. You are on screen now.
It's
Make
one
your
of
signal.
those days for the Royals, nothing going their way. End of the 10th over, 80 for no loss.
Around to you. Two. Slightly towards you. Yeah, two.
It's been a one-way traffic. 42 and 38 not out. 80 without a wicket. This is a powerhouse performance by Rangpur. We're being heard all over the world. In Bangladesh, Pakistan, India, North America digital. Sri Lanka, Middle East and North Africa, 19 countries. Caribbean, Afghanistan, rest of the world. It's a beauty. Need a wicket or two at least. Some reference in the dugout when they go out there. We gave our full, and there were a couple of nice moments in this bowling performance. At times he plays from the crease. Most times he plays defensively like that, just hangs his bat at that line. More instinctive than anything else.
Yeah, we heard the earlier commentators mentioning that the two names, one who is in the attack right now, Mukhidul Islam, who picked up a couple of wickets, and then there's Abu Haidarani, who opened the bowling. But surprisingly, Mahdi Hassan has not been able to use them earlier on. They used Shoriful Mahdi Tanveer, which is understandable. But to see Baig coming in to bowl a single over, which went only for two. If you have a bowler who can restrict the batters, especially these two batters, the way they have handled themselves in the middle, then why not give him another over? But my point is, Abu Haidarani should have been in the attack, because you're trying to go and defend. You've got to try your best, even though you've not scored too many runs on the board. So then that's him, and he hasn't been in the attack. That is a big surprise for me.
I think you've got to use all your options in the first 10. Even if it means, you know, an over each, something on those lines, because this was, you've got to say, a hopeless situation for them. On a good batting surface to get 100 was always going to be easy. So 2 and 3 overs spell. Baig, a part-timer used for 1 over before you get your main weapon in the shape of Mukhidul. It's just a little surprising. Full shot. Takes it through mid-wicket. 11 done, 82 without a wicket.
Always a double header, on match days. Coming up next was Rashai taking on 𝗏𝗂𝗧.
That is such a good shot. Straight back for 4. I say that because he had to get the gap and also hit it straight, and to get a straight hit of an off spinner can be tough at times.
Yeah, it looks to be in such a good nick. 𝗏𝗺𝗃𝗃 takes his left leg away, makes some room, and dead straight, straight as an arrow. Beautiful shot. Yeah, we spoke about the bowling strengths of Chattogram, but take nothing away from the way they have batted Rangpur Riders. They've been sensational. Again, deft touch, playing it late. We haven't seen them in any sort of trouble whatsoever right from the word go. It just gives you the indication how strong they are as a batting unit, and we've already seen how strong they are in the bowling department.
I can understand the calmness because it's a small total, but even if you're playing for a high scoring contest, I think this is just about an ideal sort of a template for the openers. 11 overs, 88 without a wicket, and so you can really jumpstart the innings in the last few and take the score to over 170. Once again, a straight hit, this time off the back foot. Not that this innings has stalled to jumpstart it, but just been calmness regarding this effort. They haven't taken a lot of risks. 103 to target. Almost there. Drills it through mid-wicket for a run. Always good to see somebody like Malan to come in and score runs, because he's going to be key moving forward in this Bashundhara Cement Bangladesh Premier League. You want to have your openers in good form to target the opposition. They set the platform, they set the tempo, and they're both technically well equipped to last the distance on any surface. That's gone up in the air, and this could be the first wicket not to be. It's a straightforward, or was a straightforward catch to be grasped. 𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫, the fielder, and it's 91 without a wicket. The ground is beautifully placed amongst tea gardens, a lot of greenery, a lot of character. This time it should be taken. He's called for it. Fielder at mid-on. Adi there taking the catch, hitting the splice of the blade. Is very close to scoring his 15th, 50 not to be.
Yeah, the last bowler being introduced in this attack, Mokhidul Islam, you were speaking about him, why wasn't he in the attack? So he takes the 7th delivery to pick up a well-set 𝗏𝗺𝗃𝗃. He wanted to hit it over the top of the infield. In the end, it's an easy catch for the skipper. A good innings come to an end, gone for 47, 91 for 1.
𝗂𝗍𝗄𝗽 is at the crease. Very exciting batsman. 850s, 100.
It was looking good for a 50, but the moment he played that shot, that he knew that he turned his back. A low full toss onto the pads. But he played a good knock. Played a really good knock. Played some delightful shots. He knew he was in trouble. Didn't time it. He was just trying to go over the top of the infield because those two fielders were inside the circle. And an easy catch for the skipper.
To call a programmed shot because he wanted to clear the infield, not to be. Good thing about some of the batsmen is that they challenge themselves. So it wasn't about getting a 50, it was about challenging yourself and hitting a shot. Just didn't get the length. That's a wide, just 10 runs away from the score now.
He's bowled so well. I know he's picked up the wicket in his second over, Muqeedul Islam. He's just given away 5 runs. He's also picked up a wicket of Lishun Kumar Das, a well-set Lishun Kumar Das. So Mahdi hasn't got it wrong in terms of who to bowl. Didn't see him in the attack at all earlier on. It looks that he is one of their better options, wicket-taking options, Muqeedul Islam.
A lot of things to like about 𝗂𝗍𝗄𝗽. Quick hands to the ball, can take on the short ball. All he requires is a bit of temperament and just a better read of situations at times because he's oozing with talent. What he needs to do is to just calm down a little bit, take a leaf out of Malan's book. Whilst nobody wants him to change his natural gear, but at times he needs to just calm down a little bit. That's gone up in the air, and this is a great catch. This really is a terrific piece of catching. Trying to hit the uppercut. Tanveer was the fielder, and we've got to have a look at this wonderful take once again. From nowhere, 2 wickets have fallen down.
And both the wickets, would you believe it, is to the same bowler. Yeah, that's a very good catch. Never easy, running to his right and diving. He picks up another wicket, the second wicket to end this over. 𝗿𝗺𝗽 gone for 1. Rangpur 94 for 2.
Couple of bright spots in the shape of Muqeedul. 2 wickets. Mahmudullah, we know all about him. Wonderful player. Good numbers. 1450s bats in the middle order. 𝗿𝗺𝗽 wanted to probably tap it down and tap it away from the fielder, but this was an excellent running catch. He anticipated it so well. Never easy when you're running. And so he had to dive and took it with soft hands, made sure that he held on to that catch also. Another Yorker. letting us know about his bowling talent here. 94 for 2.
Strike.
13 overs and 94 for 2, just 9 runs away from winning this quite comprehensively. Three men in the ring on the offside. Shot fine, the only lone fielder on the leg side in the circle. Tanveer, 3 overs, none for 20. What a good shot that is. Didn't hit it with any anger. It was all about placement. Something for 𝗿𝗀𝗽 really to learn.
He's played some beautiful shots. Changed the grip and then playing it softly because he had to go fine. There is a fielder. It goes to the right of the fielder inside the circle. Lovely.
Single gives him a 50. In control, 50 of 45 balls, just what was needed as an opener. Not a competitive target to overall, and so it needed Malan's calmness, quietness at times, and flawless 50.
Yeah, his 9th score of 50 plus for Dawud Malan in Bangladesh Premier League. And what a batter to come in and open the innings. This shows the kind of strength they have, especially in the top order. Right, Mahmudullah. They need only 4 stroke away from a very, very convincing win.
Off the mark. 100 comes up as well for double R's. Tapping the ball down the ground, raising his bat to the gallery. Good innings. Had things under control. Very good opening partnership with Lytton Das.
The head coach of Rangpur Riders will be quite pleased to see his side perform that they have performed so far. In 91, the opening partnership, Ramesh, between Lytton Das and Malan.
Teams will have to re-strategize their playing 11 on a surface like this. Maybe it's a good thing to pack the 11 with an extra pacer or so. Spinners have not really found the right kind of spin.
They do have the option of Abu Haidarani, and for some reason, I'm not sure whether he's fit or not. 100%, we'll come back to that. 101 for 2.
𝗲𝗂𝗃𝗻𝗄𝗃 will be featuring soon. Unless you're a left-arm wrist spinner or someone who's different and unorthodox, I think your regular spinners will not be that impactful on a surface like this. Let's see what happens moving forward.
Yeah, again you see someone like Mahmudullah is joy in the attack. Oh, straight onto him. Well, he's managed to pick up a wicket. And I reckon it's very, very late. He's happy because the first over that he bowled went for 24 runs. This time I've seen the back of the left-hander, Dawood Milan.
Yeah, soft dismissal. It had to be more aerial than that. Yeah, not happy. 2 runs away from a win, and so he goes after scoring 51 of 48, 101 for 3. A left-hander has been replaced by another left-hander. His numbers are very good. Strike rate of 165 is phenomenal, 350s. He usually bats in a crunch situation, a make or break situation. Big striker of the ball.
A little bit of lazy looking shot. Just wanted to go and hit it over the top of that cover fielder. Disappointed. Yeah, is that a wide? Nope.
Must have brushed something. Maybe thigh. The innings has certainly switched on to a snooze button. We've been mentioning about 2 runs to win for a very long time. Well, this will do it quite nicely. Finishes the target with a 6. Khushdil Shah is renowned for big shots, big hitting. And it's a powerful performance by Rangpur. They were the better side. They bowled splendidly well to limit the opposition, and in pursuit of that score of just a touch over 100, they were outstanding. 91-run opening partnership between Lytton Das and Malan helped them seize the contest. Handshakes all around. They look a powerful team. Rangpur Riders win this quite nicely, quite comprehensively by 7 wickets. Chattogram Royals have got work to do because they didn't look to be in any way near the talent of their opposition. 107 for the loss of 3. Malan 51 of 48. Lytton Das 47 of 31. Laid out a great platform to win this contest quite easily. Mahmudullah not out on 1. Khushdil finished the target with a 6. 91-run opening partnership sealed the deal for Rangpur Riders. Some lovely touch play from the left-hander. He's a superb timer of the ball. Lytton Das played well as well. Improvised and drove quite well. Sweet player through the offside. Lytton Das was completely in control as well.
I've got the Chattogram Royals captain, 𝗃 𝗏𝗃𝗀𝗃 with me. Tough luck today, but the start was good from Naeem Sheikh and then the wicket stumbled. Was it that unplayable?
Yes, because we have a good start, but we don't have middle over and middle type wicket is not good partnership. That's why we lower scoring.
Yeah, how many runs would you say you were short by?
Maybe 40 or 50 run. I think 150, 160 is a good score in day match. I think wicket after that little bit tricky and gripping and ball coming down also. That's why, because we have a good quality spinner and good bowling attack, that's why.
And speaking of bowling, Madhi, I am compelled to ask you, I need to, you know, the introduction of the spinners in the middle overs. Can you please mention the thought behind it? Was it the matchups?
Yes, because after match is Sylhet. Sylhet have too many lefty batsmen because we need to bowl our part-time off spinner like 𝗁𝗍𝗃. We can try this match because we don't have win this match because Litton and Malan very good batting. That's why I'm trying my part-time bowler.
Okay, okay. Wish you all the best for the future. I'm sure you will go back to the drawing board and look forward.
Thank you so much.
That's the winning moment, the winning hit. 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 putting it away from the fielder at long on for a 6. Rangpur Riders, they're winning this quite comprehensively. No issues, no dramas. They sailed through this game without any fuss. Fahim Ashraf was the pick of the bowler. He set up the show with a 5-wicket haul. Litton Das and Malan were at the top of the order.
It is the Bosundara Cement BPL T20 2026, and welcome to the post-match presentation for match number 5, where the Rangpur Riders with a commanding victory over Chattogram Royals by 7 wickets. Congratulations to Rangpur Riders. I'll take this opportunity to introduce the presentation party. Starting off with Mr. Syed Fazle Ilahi Obhi, former first-class cricketer, BCB councillor, Sylhet district. Followed by Mr. Mehrab Alam Chaudhary, team advisor, Rangpur Riders. Mr. Ghazi Ashraf Hussain Lipu, chief selector, National Selection Panel, Bangladesh Cricket Board. And last but not the least, Mr. 𝗵𝗺𝗴𝗂𝗂𝗃 Shumon, former captain, Bangladesh National Cricket Team and franchise advisor, Chattogram Royals. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us all. Now, for the player of the match, well, at the end, we had a few contenders, but it's none other than Fahim Ashraf for getting a fifer in this match number 5 against Chattogram Royals. 5 for 17. He was very economical with an economy of 4.43. Match-winning performance, match-winning bowling by the bowling all-rounder, Fahim Ashraf. I'm sure you enjoyed the bowling. What was your plan?
Thank you very much. Yeah, we have a just simple plan. Our team plan, just assess the condition and bowl according to them. That's it, and we did it.
And you actually exploited the conditions and you executed all the variety. We've seen the slowers into the pitch, the Yorkers as well. We were enjoying it.
Yeah, thank you very much. We have just a simple plan, and on my bowling, I have simple plan. I do what I have, so I did that.
Yeah, and the camp has so many greats in the camp. It's good to be rubbing shoulders with top-level players, isn't it?
Yeah, it's helpful for us because we have lots of experienced players like Muhammadullah, Malan, and many more. So it's helpful for us and my team as well.
Yeah, look forward to more from you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Fahim Ashraf, the player of the match. Now, for the winning captain, we have Nurul Hassan Chauhan, the captain of Rangpur Riders. Started off on a positive note, must be a very happy man.
No, obviously, first of all, alhamdulillah, I think it's a good start.
Yeah, it is a good start. You know, I think you have a good problem to have. You have plenty of options, but it also goes down to you and your skills on whom to use and when.
I think it's a good challenge for me, but overall, I think everyone is capable, and I think, our team is good balance, but I think just we started today, and we need to go very long.
And what sort of an impact this performance would have in the team?
Obviously, we need to set up our standard, and obviously there is a little gap. I think we'll talk about this, and inshallah we'll come back more stronger.
All right, congratulations and go well.
Thank you.
That's it from the presentation party.
Right, there's another big game that awaits us. It's Rajshahi Warriors versus Noakhali Express. That'll happen very soon. Thanks for watching, and see you in a bit.